Hello, welcome to the Tabs and Icons Consulting Excel video series. In this particular video, we're not going to be analyzing data, we're not going to be drawing charts and pivot tables. This is the Christmas period and it's a festive season for most people all over the world. So we're going to build this Christmas tree you're seeing at the background with Microsoft Excel. Actually, built this with Microsoft Excel, and I want all of us to work together. You open your own sheet and I'll take you through the whole process of building this Christmas tree to celebrate Christians all over the world. Now this Christmas tree, let me light it up so we could see the light blinking. Wow, this is our Christmas tree. So we're going to a blank page, open a blank Excel page and walk along with me. So I open my blank Excel page and then we start the journey. Now first highlight any number of columns. I'm going to highlight from C down to, let me make it wide, let me get to AA. Yeah, let me get to AA. I'm reducing the column width. Let me make it this way. Fine. So I have this. Now this is where my Christmas tree will be occupying this session. Now I want to ensure that I have odd columns so that the tip of the Christmas tree will be at the middle. So let me ensure that the columns I've highlighted are actually odd numbers. So I'm going to use column function and go to the last one, which is AA. I hit this, it's still 27. That's an odd number, which is okay. So the middle one, if I divide that by 2, the middle is going to be the 13th column. So if I have 13 to the left, 13 to the right, I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 12 to the right. Okay, so let me skip this and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, fine. So that means column O is the middle cell. So I have that as my middle cell. Now I'm going to place a formula here. I will write the formula and explain it later. So just walk along with me. I'm going to write a fairly lengthy formula, but not a complicated one anyway. So I'm going to start with if. We know what the if statement does. It's a logic statement that returns true or false values. But I might have some values that are negative, so I'm going to use the abs, which is the absolute function, to knock off those values. Now I'm going straight to the middle by saying the middle column. And we said the middle column was column O. So I'm going to lock that with a $sign. So I've locked up that. And what am I going to do with that? I'm going to list the columns that are next to the both left and right. So I'm going to net that. And at what point I'm going to say wherever that is less or equal to any row. So I'm using the row function. We know what the row function does. So if I take 1 out from the row, and I'm going to take 1 for the left, depending on where that particular row is, I will get a particular location. And on that location, I want to put in random numbers there. So I'm going to use the rand between. Let me use numbers between 1 and 3. It could have been any number. Now, since I'm using an if statement, it's going to ask me value if this particular situation is false. If it's false, because if it is true, I already said include numbers between 1 to 3. But if it is false, I just want space to be there, so I don't need anything there. I'll hit OK. Fine. So I already have the formula here. Now I'm going to copy this formula around to the selected area, to AA. Let me take it down here. I guess it's not too much. So I'm going to copy to the right and copy down, Control RD. Fine. So this is how my Christmas tree with the shape is going to take. But I don't think I need all this one. So what I'm going to do is maybe a little bit take out all this one. Yeah, let me take out all this one. And then come here, take out all these ones too. I'm just trying to create a base for my Christmas tree. I guess this base is too okay, this is okay, and it's still too long, so can I take these ones off too? Good. Okay, so this is the base of my Christmas tree. See how my Christmas tree is looking now? Look fine. I'm going to highlight the whole of this one and make it wider so I can. Okay, this is my Christmas tree taking shape. Oh, is that too wide? Okay, let's leave it this way. So this is our Christmas tree is gradually taking shape. You can see the shape of the Christmas tree is coming up. So the next thing we know, the Christmas tree is usually green in color. So I want to highlight all these values to be green. So how do I do that? I can use the conditional formatting. So I'm going to highlight the whole of this one down to this place, and I go to home. Under home, I go to conditional formatting. So I'm going to say new rule. Let me select new rule. So the green areas are the area that have numbers. The other side, they should naturally be blank. So I'm going to say use a formula to determine. So I'm going to say wherever there's a number, I will know the formula there, which is called is number. Now I started with C1. Okay, let me see, that's formulas you start with equal to. So this is going to be equal to is number. I started with C1, so I'm going to open a bracket and say C1. Now, so we're saying now I've made it a relative reference because I've highlighted the whole of that area. So I'm going to format that. When I click that font, let me take dark green because that's the color of our Christmas tree. Hope this is not too light. Then the background should also be the same color. So let me take this also. Now if I click OK, let's see what happened when I click this. Wow, our Christmas tree is gradually taking place. So you can see we've created the green Christmas tree. But now we need to put in the bell. We have to put in the bells there. So I'm still going to highlight that and put in the bells. Where can we get the bells to include? We can still go to conditional formatting. This time I go to conditional formatting. I'm going to look at icons code. So under the icon code, I'm going to say, let me select this. Whoosh. Wow. That's it. My Christmas tree is coming up gradually. Yeah, it's taking shape now. And I think it's done. Let me remove these grid lines. Grid lines shouldn't be there. So I'm going to take this and I remove grid lines. I have a white background. This is beautiful. So we've created our Christmas tree gradually, but then the Christmas tree is not lighting yet. Now I had some shapes there. What I had there was the tabs and icon. I just got this from one of our proposals. So let me just copy from here so I don't waste time. And I place it here. Okay, this is the tabs and icon logo. And then I went to the internet and just copied this one from the internet. So I copy it. I don't want to go to the internet now. So let me just place it somewhere here. This is great. Size it a little bit. I think this is okay. So what I did was to change the background. So I'm going to change this background to a different color, maybe light. Okay, something like this. Okay, good. Now I've done this. So I think my Christmas tree is ready so fast, and I think this is good. Now what I need to do now is to light up this Christmas tree. I don't want to go the route of creating a macro. If not, we should have created a small macro here to click to play and then click to stop. But let's not bother about that. Let's just use our F9 button. So if you're using a laptop, you hold your function before you press your F9. But if you're using a desktop, remember the desktop does not have a function key, so you're going to press only F9. So I hold my function key and I press my F9. Now my lights are up. Happy Christmas to everybody. This is my Christmas tree. Wow, this is lovely. Now this Excel is just a wonderful piece of software. Who knows, maybe next year we're going to create Father Christmas itself using Excel. I'm going to learn and see how Excel can help to create Father Christmas next year. So this is our Christmas tree for this year, and it's dedicated to all Christians all over the world and our customers in particular. Thank you very much. Happy Christmas.